welcome to another part of getting the Range Rover situated. So last part, we did those wheels and tires on there, looking phenomenal. Got the lift on there, and yesterday in the mail I got the gap tool, a set of roof rails, and we got a hitch mount. So I'm going to show you this really quick. So that's a gap tool. Already registered it yesterday and got it set up and hooked up to the car, so it's not actually in the box. We have a swing away hitch mount. So the reason I got this is because, for one, that hitch is tucked underneath the truck pretty good. So my hope is to get something that will swing out. But the other thing too is that the way the tailgate drops down, having any hitch on there, say bike rack or the spare tire carrier that's coming in, if it sits there, then I can't use that bottom tailgate. And for ease of accessibility while camping and stuff, it'd be nice to have something that works in that manner. So we're gonna see if that works out. If it doesn't, then I'm just gonna send it back, so no big deal. My only concern that I do have is it swings out to the right and that toe point is there. So I might have to get something to extend it out a little bit. We'll play around with it. It's more of a for a bike rack and the tire carrier. Not planning on really towing with it. So we'll kind of see how that fits. I don't have a huge expectation that's gonna work. And last but not least, we got a set of roof rails. Lydia's being helpful. All right, so this is doing exactly what I expected to do. This doesn't really want to fit. So the hole is like right here to bolt it through, but you can see the clearance here is like a no-go. Okay, so just kidding, we're about a quarter of an inch, half of an inch away. So I'm gonna actually pull this cap off, see if that moves us in, and then I might just run without that pin lock on there. Honestly, it's already got a locking mechanism, and that's just kind of like a fail-safe, which is nice. If I have to, I'll cut that out, but I don't think that's gonna be necessary. I'm glad I didn't cut it yet. So I moved that cap, and it is literally right on the bumper. It's plastic, I don't really care. But we are there, so this actually does fit nicely. The lever is not touching the back bumper. This, on the other hand, that locking mechanism does. That's gonna be an issue, but honestly, whatever. So here we are mounted up. Got the lock on it as well. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Got the lock on it as well. Now we have got to do the tensioner for the hitch, which is just this, and it keeps it from moving, even though we have almost no movement because of the way it's sitting up against the bumper, and it's pretty snug in there. On second thought, the fitment on this does not really work, and the reason being is because the step from here, which is where it's supposed to clamp to here, is way too excessive. So it causes it to, this plate, to cock so much. I don't know if you can see that. And because of that, the bolts don't actually like fasten it down properly. So I'm gonna leave it. Like I said, it doesn't have much movement. If I put the tire on there and it does shake around or move around a lot, then I'll change it up. But this should be perfect for at least the bike rack, which is kind of the main plan, is because we do mountain biking, we do plan on traveling with this for mountain biking, is to be able to put the bikes on there, pop the hitch open, and still have access to everything. So yeah, so that works pretty dang well. All right, so that's gonna be it for today. I've got to get ready for work. That was just a quick install on the hitch, and the spare tire carrier should be here today at some point, so I'll probably put that on tomorrow with the spare wheel. See how that looks. If it doesn't look good, at least I've got a good bicycle rack, and I'll just have to figure out where to put a spare tire because I'm gonna need it. That's pretty much it. Still waiting on the map sensor. That should be here tomorrow, so we'll probably do that this weekend, try and get this thing back on the road because I'd really like to drive it. And then I might have some stuff coming up next weekend, hopefully. Yeah, thanks for checking in. So more later. Y'all have a good one. All right, so I did just get my spare tire carrier in, and I'm not a fan. I think it sticks out way too far. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna run with it. Now, I do have some options. I could definitely cut it. All right, so I just got my spare tire carrier in. This is just like a rough mount on here. And overall, not a huge fan. The way it sits currently, I do have access to the top tailgate, and I've got the fold out rack, which works. But my issue right now is how far it sticks out. I don't really care for that. That's as far as the rack goes in with the current length. But the good part is that I can, and I probably will, I can cut so that way it'll fit into the hitch rack with that first bolt, which should move it in a good bit. And I think that'll look better. Currently also super wobbly. I've only got this fastened up with one bolt, so it's really kind of just sitting there. But I think if I can tuck it in, raise the tire up just a little bit, I think we'll be all right. I do have a trash bag coming for it too, so that'll cover it up, but like it just looks just a little bit too silly right now, and I don't like it. So we'll play around with it. I'm not giving up on it yet, but definitely not there yet. So